First and foremost, I want to thank everybody for coming out and just sharing this moment with the entire movement, MMG, Def Jam Records, Warner Brother Records. And you know, as I stand here, really, I just reflect on MMG starting as a dream, starting in the basement. Here we are today. We found us a home last year. We released Selfmade Volume 1 in May. A few months later, we released Wale's Ambition. Here we are today. Dreams come true. I think it's also big for hip-hop. It's big for the culture. It's great for the artists. It's great for the fans, for the listeners, and everyone here. It's going to be a beautiful day today. Thank you.
Maybach Music.
I think Leon stole the script. No, that's not it. Leon, I need the script back.
What?
Let me change it. Oh, it's a different version. No, but thanks to Ross, thanks to Leon. That was an incredible speech. Leon said that I do good. I was like, that's an incredible speech, Leon. It came from the heart, and you know, I know like Rockefeller. Talk a little bit about that because he said like Leon hasn't really spoken that way to introduce a brand since Rockefeller. I know they're an influence somewhat to you. Can you explain? You know, what was your approach with the transition of really going from a solo artist, you know, keeping that going, your great consistency there, and building MMG?
I think it's just me being a student of the game, watching the Rockefeller brands, watching the Cash Moneys, watching the Bad Boys, of course, and just studying the game. And out of the love of the art, it just spilled over into something that was great. I couldn't tell you that at this point, 2 years ago, I could tell you that we would be here, but I knew that was the desire, the love I had for the art and the game and the rhymes, the beats. And I think that's what really garnered my consistency. And I think that really helped put us in a position where we at.
And it was crazy because when you started making those moves last year, like a lot of it played out, you know, through social media, through Twitter. Like we got to be part of what you were doing. Like all of a sudden you're flying Wale down,
right.
You're flying Meek Mill down.
Right.
You just cut a record and now we hear it. Like talk a little bit about your ability to adapt to how the hip hop game was moving towards like the internet and social media, but still keep it street, you know?
No, most definitely. I think the music speaks for itself. And as far as the artist, it was just more of a natural bond, you know? And once we did get in the studio, the records and the sound that we created, I felt was really special. And that's something that I really look for when I'm listening to music. I'm listening for emotion. I'm listening for impact. And when I was in the studio with Meek Mill, I was in the studio with Wale, that's what I got, you know? And that's what I heard. And it was something that I felt that's what the game needed to hear, see. And that's what we did. We just brought it to the people and showed them how it go down.
And talk about the first project, Selfmade. Like, what was the mentality with that? Was it just vibing off those sessions and feeling like we got so much hot material, let's really showcase the different voices? Because it was a great vehicle to help Wale, you know, with that Way record, and then Meek Mill with the I'm a Boss record. So even though it was a compilation, you know, sometimes hip-hop compilations don't really get their due, but I felt like this one was really judged like it was a studio album from one artist because of the high level of the quality.
Right, and I think just like today, it's all about breaking the mold and doing what was in the norm. And, you know, people kind of shied away from compilations, but I felt it was a great tool in creating a movement and creating that momentum that was needed for us to be in these positions where these artists could actually stand on their own feet and continue to be self-made, because that's what it's all about, being able to do it yourself, being able to carry your own weight. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, be able to match that level of competitiveness that everybody is showing. You know what I'm saying? And it just translated into something that the streets really grab hold to.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say the key to your success a lot of ways is your marriage of the streets with, like I said, the internet and, you know, the great visuals. Like we showed the opening piece by, you know, you have Spiff and Dre Films and John 305 and your team you have there. So I feel like no one's ever really approached it, speaking of what Lior said about your drive and your hunger, of really connecting those dots. Like a lot of artists have trouble doing that. Like they'll create a website, but there's a disconnect. You're able to align these properties together.
Right, I think it's about content. You know, when I was sitting at home and I was watching the artists that I was the biggest fans of, I always wanted more content. I could watch your video on TV, but I want to see what it's like, you know, with you in the studio, with you creating these ideas, these concepts. And that's what I made sure we did. Even if it was just a 30-second clip, I wanted to make sure that we actually gave it to the people to see the process of making music, making records, and, you know, hopefully it'll influence somebody else.
Yeah, we're going to get deeper with that because you're MMG artist in here. Stally couldn't make it, though. Please explain what Stally's on tour, right?
Well, you know, he's actually expanding his brand.
Yeah.
He's self-made, you know what I mean? Yeah, so he's actually overseas and he's performing right now. So, you know, we're going to rep on his behalf like real brothers do, you know?
Definitely, definitely. And speaking of the diversity, you know, obviously in the music game, you're making these great strides. We're going to make some announcements in terms of the music, but we also want to give you credit for the other business moves that you're making. You know, the boss keeps his portfolio diverse out here. And we got another special guest, Big Dog, in the house to talk about some of that situation right there. You know, this guy, what is he? He's an artist, he's a painter, he's like an entrepreneur, he's a great brand promoter. You know, and he also played a pivotal role in a new deal that you guys worked on. You know, one of the greatest producers in the game, Swizz Beatz.
The boss is in the building. Make some noise for Ross, y'all. Man, it's an honor to be up here and represent with my brother right here. You know, Ross is one of those artists that's really a fan of music. You know, you get artists that come in the game, get a hot record, but really don't understand the essence of why they're even there or why people are even supporting what they're doing. And I vibe with Ross in the studio many times, and his passion for music is like my passion for music, and like a lot of greats, you know, my conversation with him is like a conversation with Nas or a conversation with Hov, and for him to be still new, you know, in this industry and to have that soul and to have that vision, it's amazing, and I honor that, you know, and that's what made the great connection. And on top of that, he's a great person. You know, you get people that, you know, you get artists that just think it's all about them. And it's not about you. You know, you where you at, I'm where I'm at, everybody where they at because of other people. You understand? And Ross understands that. So he comes, he listens, he's humble, he's trying to get to the next level. So when I did my partnership with Reebok, and I was looking to do things different because it's easy for me to go and be with a brand that's already popping, and, you know, it doesn't take too much to make it happen. And coming off of working with Christian Louboutin, I had many options. And so I chose to go with Reebok. And then in the middle of rebuilding this company, which is a job still today, you know, we working very hard at it. I said, you know what, I want the brand to be authentic, because I remember when brands used to have an artist like Ross that represented the streets, represented the culture, had a movement, you know, represent his movement, you know, to be on billboards, to be in commercials, just being what it's being without having the corporate, you know, blocks on it. No, you know, he's rapping about this, he's singing. Man, that's our culture. That's what we do. You know, people forget that, you know, hip hop started off as a rebellious movement. You know, so if those corporate companies can't accept that, then don't accept the culture. You know, so I'm honored that Reebok has allowed me to open up the lane to an amazing person like Ross. And Ross is not just holding up a Reebok sneaker saying Reebok's back. No, we're doing official business moves. You know, I'd like to congratulate him on our venture where we're gonna do big and tall, and he's gonna lead the big and tall movement. You know, Leo's ready to get fresh with it too. You know, cause like, you know, there's a limit with clothes. You know, it stops at a certain point. You know, but you have somebody that's into fashion like Ross, like everything has to be custom made. You know, there's like, everybody will say, yo, where's my size at? Where's this? Where's that? So I felt that instead of, you know, just doing a regular sneaker, like we give Ross his own big and tall line to go express all his fashion, all his fly, you know, stuff he got going on, you know, doing that and just keep it popping. And a lot of people don't know that Ross is into art. You know, he's a painter as well. You know, I commend that. Like, he understands Basquiat. That's why, you know, I'm like, it's important for me to have the Basquiat brand at Reebok. I have the Keith Haring brand at Reebok. I'm going to have Andy Warhol's brand by next month. And Ross, you know, he has the open portfolio to do whatever he want to do with that. I'm not going to stay up here too long, man. I just want to just commend a boss for doing boss things and keeping it real and taking things to the next level in this game, brother.
Thank you, my brother.
All right, blessings.
Maybach Music.
Thank you, Swizz. Ross, from your perspective, we'll talk about those early conversations when Swizz first approached you with Reebok. Like, what made it make sense? Like, how did those conversations go?
Really, me and Swizz used to always conversate about art, about, we both was fans of Basquiat, Brainwash, and it just led into other things, you know what I'm saying? And we just made it all make sense, and that's what I'm all about. I think that's what the art of hip-hop is all about. It's about expanding. It's about entrepreneurship, and that's what I want to continue to do, partnering with great brands, great mentors, great artists, and I think that leads to great results.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what it is.
And then big and tall, we going in? Big and tall?
I got y'all big guys, tall guys. I got you, baby. We going in, we turning up, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to Reebok for even, giving me the opportunity, and the big homie Swizz for co-signing that vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Speaking of big deals, I mean, there's also other deals that you have on the plate. We're going to reveal something right now. We have another big dog we're about to bring out. Another super producer, artist, entrepreneur, one of the most important figures in our culture, Diddy.
Yes. I'm here to celebrate the hard work and success of my brother Rick Ross. He to me is definitely one of the hardest working men in this business. To know him and have a personal relationship with him, this is not happening by accident. This is all designed, this is all planned out. He knows hard work pays off. This to me is like, one of the best signings that Lior has signed since, Def Jam, to be honest. It has that intensity, it has that feel, it has that camaraderie, that diversity. Maybach Music, the way that Ross is so talented as a brand builder, every time you hear that Australian girl say Maybach Music.
Maybach Music.
Yeah. It's like your dick gets hard. Or at least my dick gets hard. So I had to bring, Ross, I'm telling you now, I had to bring back the bad boy with the chimes for the beginning of my record. So please don't, it's all love, baby. Yeah, but Ross was and is a pioneer. When you think of mixtapes were throwaways. Mixtapes were warm-ups before Rick Ross put out his mixtapes. His mixtapes were albums. His mixtapes would drive the labels crazy. I had to have a fight with him when I was managing him for like 2 weeks. And then I realized we was friends and I wasn't gonna get a commission, so I kept managing him because I love him and kept consulting him and all that. But so we had our first manager, artist fight, because he was actually going to keep BMF on the mixtape and not release it. And that's how much belief he has in his ability to make another hot record. He's like, I'll make another one of those. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, well, what about I'm Not a Star? And all the other great records. His stuff is so incredible. And then this last mixtape that came out, it just set the tone and it changed the game. Now cats put out mixtapes that are better than their albums. They're able to go and tour on them. They're able to have their certain independence. His actual records of his mixtapes are so hot that they wind up jumping on radio without promo teams having to work it. To me, he is the most consistent rapper right now in this generation. I can't remember a time I heard a whack, or I don't want to say whack, that sounds crazy, but a semi or a flaw in a Rick Ross record. You know what I'm saying? Every Rick Ross record, he pours his heart into, he micromanages it, and he gives you that soul of almost like a jazz player or a soul singer or even like a gospel singer. It just touches you in a different way, in an emotional way. And you know, I've never seen anybody that's a recording artist have as good of ears as, you know, Rick Ross. He has the best ears in the game to me, hands down, on picking these tracks. He picks all of these tracks. He writes these choruses. He knows how to make a song. He knows how to make it emotional. And he knows how to stay, most importantly, stays directly in his lane. And he puts out so much work that he overwhelms the marketplace in a way that he just takes over. And it's just Rick Ross time. No matter who else is out there, you can't really fuck with him. And also, to me, he was one of the first brands to really take advantage of social media, as far as an artist taking advantage of social media. And we can't like downplay that. If you think about that, there's no other artist that took advantage of social media like Rick Ross, from the blogs, the constant behind the scenes, and the barrage of videos that he puts on, and understanding that content is king. You know, he's a genius to me. You know, he's my brother. He should be celebrated. I know he will go down in history as one of the great record men. There's very few record men. You have like 6 sitting right here. And to be a record man is understanding how to run a record business and how to make a record and how to promote it. And he's come up with alternative, unorthodox ways that has taught this generation how they could take the power into their own hands. So now when you have a weekend putting out 3 mixtapes, I have to feel like Rick Ross influenced that. And when you have people putting out mixtapes and also shooting various videos and off to their own budgets, and then going on tour and getting $300,000 for Coachella without even a record deal, that came from, you know, Rick Ross and what he started. So I'm just proud of him, you know. I don't mean to be long-winded, but it would be unjust to not break down what impresses me about my brother. You know what I'm saying? I want to say it while he's here. I want to say it while he's in my face and in this room. I respect him. I'm proud of him. I feel he's one of the great ones. And, you know, I remember I got a lot of flack. You know what I'm saying? When we started working together, we both just got a lot of flack. People didn't understand our relationship. But I knew you was a great one. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? What anybody else was thinking or saying. I knew you was a great one. And now they all on your dick.
Maybach Music.
And I'm gonna close and make it short and brief with this last thing. Rick Ross was the first artist brand that we chose with Ciroc when we were just starting out. We moved from 40,000 cases to 2 million cases with the help of Rick Ross. He was the first person that we signed. He was moving it on his own because he's so loyal. I never asked him. He just had it in all his videos, all of his blogs. And I was just like, yeah, I need to send you a check. I don't feel right. We need to do an endorsement deal. And so, appreciate that, homie. Yeah, it's love. Thank you. I need to thank you for that success.
Thank you.
And then Theo got involved and, you know, went crazy. And it's going a little crazy now. And, you know, we not really blinking because he deserves it. He's an artist that can move the needle, and he's an artist that's going to change the world. My man, Rick Ross.
Candid Hour with Sean Puffy Combs. Amazing. Well, let's talk a little bit about getting to know Puff. And you know, I'm sure Bad Boy, like you were saying earlier, like you studied all the movements, being such a student of the game. You know, the best people are students of the game first and foremost. So what was it like, you know, being a fan of Bad Boy and looking at someone like Puff and then growing to be to this level that you're doing business with him?
I think Puff is one of the best examples we'll ever see, you know, as far as being an entrepreneur, being an artist, being an executive, being a businessman, building brands. And, you know, I thought it was a great opportunity just for me to, you know, get behind those doors and watch how he made these moves. And I just sponged up a lot of that, you know, and he gave me a lot of great advice. And I remember when we was in Daddy House Studios and I played MC Hammer for the first time, and he jumped up and ran around the damn studio, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck you went? I'm like, yo, I got 40 of those. And, you know, we just had to put everything in perspective, and that was something that I really appreciate. You know what I'm saying? And, of course, Brandon with Ciroc, it only made sense because, you know, that, you know, it's the #1 vodka. It's this,
You like the taste of it? You like that?
Of course, Blue Dot. That's the only way to go. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it all made sense.
It's the smoothest vodka in the world.
Really?
It's an aphrodisiac. It's made from grapes, so it's gluten-free. It helps your sex drive, and it cleans rust off your tires.
He stands behind that brand.
Oh man, and you know, it was a great opportunity for me to expand my brand, and we both seen that vision. And once we came together, it was just a natural effect, and we both, you know, I'm just excited to be in business with Ciroc, and I plan on that going on, you know, forever.
And you just embraced it early, like Puff said, before it was even official.
Course.
Like, what made you do that?
I think it's just the way I was raised, man. I'm just a loyal dude. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, when I rock with you, I'm going to rock with you the whole way. You know what I'm saying? And just getting to know the homie and seeing how genuine, you know, he was. And, you know, in this music business, you find a lot of people that say a lot of things, but everything homie ever told me since the day I met him, he always kept his word. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I applaud him just for being that kind of man. You know what I'm saying? And, of course, we got to salute the big homie, #1 on Forbes list. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of motivation there. And
Yeah.
I think we all could, you know, take something from that.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking of motivation, I know you play a heavy role in motivating your artists.
Yeah.
You know, let's get back to the music. That's what a lot of people want to know, the information about what's going down. You have a couple of your artists in the house tonight. First, I want to bring out, I like to call him the comeback kid. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people thought after his first album that he might not be in this business. He totally came back. He went from not getting no play on the radio to you can't listen to the radio without hearing his music. Mr. Summer Jam himself, Wale.
I ain't done this since like graduating like middle school. So, yeah. So what's up, man? Wale. You know what I'm saying? Maybach Music. We in here. Hip hop's back. You know, it's good to see all these people come out in the name of hip hop first and foremost. You know, we doing this for one thing. So basically, Selfmade drops 6/26, June 26. I'm sorry. I've been in this I've been vigorously in the studio. I don't even know what day it is most of the time. Meek can, you know, vouch for that. Rossman can vouch for that. But we got incredible music. We got one of our newest signees on the album project. We got Ross on there, obviously. Stally, myself, Meek Mill. There's some records I almost didn't want to be on there because I felt like they could really get my next album to gold in the first week. But Ross calls the shots right now. So we a team. I'm excited about the new work, man. We pushing the envelope creatively, and we working with some of the top producers and some of the new guys signed to Maybach Music. I got a Beat Billionaire back there, somewhere over there, you know. So we doing all right, man. Anybody questions or? Oh, my bad. Peace out, y'all.
Maybach Music.
Oh, no, you know, my next project will be dropping at the top of next year, the very, very top. I'm talking about first week of January kind of thing. But right now we on, you know, Selfmade Volume 2, 6/26. Do not forget that.
Maybach Music.
The sequel, Rose, the sequel. Talk a little bit about Selfmade Volume 2. What's going to make it, you know, what's going to make it different than the first one? Because I guess first one, everyone was first coming together. Now everybody's together. You know, one thing about your unit, you guys have tremendous chemistry. Like, we see y'all together all the time, hanging out. Like, how does that help, and how does that impact the art that comes out of that?
I believe it's the personal connection. It really reflects in the music. You know, it really determines the amount of time you want to spend making music, you know, with that person. So when we make a decision to sign somebody, it got to be like a personal connection there, because I want it to be more than business. I want to get the best results we can out of the music, and that's what it was with Wallace. We actually, you know, bonded in the King of Diamonds, you know what I'm saying?
It's a great place to bond.
I was just walking around, just aimlessly walking around, fraternizing with the workers of the place I like to, enjoy my evenings in Miami, and he was just like, I like this.
What the hell are you doing here?
Man, I'm doing what you doing.
You know what I'm saying? And so we just got in the studio, man, and we had a lot of fun, and we made some dope records. And, one thing I got to commend Wale about is he make hit records himself. That way, Lotus Flower Bomb. These all were records that was his concepts, his ideas, you know what I'm saying? So I got to salute the homie on, his success and his drive, his determination, you know what I'm saying? And playing a major role in this whole MMG empire.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
Selfmade Volume 2, June 26th.
June 26th is the official release date for Selfmade Volume 2. This one is much better than the first. I enjoyed the first, but we spent a lot more time on this album. We made better music, we made better records, and expect a much better project.
I feel like this one was more of a body of work, whereas like the first one was like just what was needed, necessary at the time. This is a body, this is a project. Like this is a real life hip hop project on this one.
Yeah.
When should we look for the first single?
Bag of Money, we were premiering that today on 106 and Park.
Okay, yeah, that's the official first single.
Yeah, that's the official first single. We met in King of Diamonds, so it only made sense we shout out to all the dancers out there. But we're releasing new music real soon.
Okay, full circle. So not only Wale, there's another guy on the MMG roster. He's yet to drop his debut album. Very highly anticipated. His impact in the streets has been incredible. When I'm a Boss and Tupac Back. His Dream Chasers mixtape was one of the top of the last year, if not the top, probably. I think Rap Radar said it's the top one, so it's got to be the top one. Yeah. And Dream Chasers 2 comes out next Tuesday, right? May 7th?
May 7th.
May 7th, man. One of the hottest MCs in the game, Meek Mill.
Maybach Music.
Yeah, it's Maybach Music, Meek Mill. And we came here today to drop a couple release dates on y'all. My album, Dreams and Nightmares, coming.
Debut album, baby. Debut album.
Debut album coming.
Dreams and
August
Nightmares.
28th. Dream Chasers 2 coming. May 7th. Selfmade 2. I ain't get the date on Selfmade 2 yet. I don't know. I know.
6/26. That was just a setup. He just wanted me to say the date one more time. It's 6/26.
Shout out to Wale, he saved me. Our first new single dropping, Bag of Money. We releasing that today on 106 and Park.
Dope.
My new single should be coming the beginning of June. And we just gonna bring y'all quality music the way we've been doing for the last year. And we ready to turn up. It's 2012. Let me in the game. I've been in the underground for a minute, so I'm here, hungry, ready to get it. So get used to being here. I'm gonna be here for a little minute now.
Hey, tuck your summer in.
I wanna eat.
Tuck your leg.
Maybach Music.
That me wanted to sit down. He this shit. The shy, fiery spitter. So Meek, a little bit about like what's the approach? I mean, Dream Chasers 2, that's May 7th. Tell us a little bit about that. Like what? Like are you going for? Do you feel like the standard is set? I mean, the standard is real high with that Dream Chasers 1.
Yeah.
We got a mixtape of the year with this one. What's going on?
Yeah, I think we always gonna do that. I've been doing mixtapes for a long time. A lot of people just starting to recognize my mixtapes, but I actually been doing it for a long time.
The Flamin' series, right? Yeah.
And it just make it more easy. I'm able to get Ross's, Wale, Kendrick Lamar's, Gunplay, Drake, 2 Chainz on the mixtape now, so it just make it like more easier for me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And my last mixtape, it did good for me, but I don't think it was my best. I think that was just my introduction to the nation now. It's time for me to really be in my zone and take it to the next level now.
Cool. You have some visuals attached to it. What should we look for next week with the rollout of Dream Chasers 2?
We got a couple visuals. We got a visual for Flexing. I got a strong intro on Dream Chasers 2. It's going to be like one of the best songs on the mixtape.
The intro?
It's a strong intro. We got a visual for that. And basically, MMG, we basically shoot visuals for everything. Yeah. Dealing with Ross, you be shooting 3 videos a day, man. So expect visuals for every song on there.
Yeah. And so what's your approach with the album title again, so everyone's clear?
My album title, Dreams and Nightmares. You know what I'm saying? I name it Dreams and Nightmares because, just give you both sides of my stories. before the rap and before me traveling the world and me being around, that's the dream in life. That's the things I dreamed of doing, and driving these nice cars and being over the world, actually exploring, seeing things. And the nightmare is the part of being stuck in the streets and me being in jail and me going through them type of things and just everything about the hood. You know, nothing in the hood ain't really good. Yeah. So it's like the nightmare part of it. So I just wanted to give people to both sides of it. And I think everybody in this room have dreams and nightmares at the same time. So, you know, somebody could relate in every way, really.
Yeah, how's it changed for you? I mean, that I'm a Boss record, I mean, that was a monster. Like, to make a record with that level of impact, like, how has that changed your life?
It made me some money. it made me some money, you know what I'm saying? It always felt good, just me performing. I've been buzzing in Philly for about 3-4 years now, but just to go all over the nation, even different parts of the world, and people who sing your song like that, you know what I'm saying? It just let me know that things really working out for me, you know what I'm saying? It motivates me to go harder and harder and harder.
But you still recording for the album, right?
Yeah, we're still recording at the same time.
Okay. When should we expect the single, you think?
The beginning of June, basically.
Okay, cool. Okay, Rosie, I think it's time, baby. You know what time it is, man?
Talk to me.
You put this title out there, man. It's the stuff of legend, man. God Forgives, I Don't.
God Forgives, I Don't.
I can't remember a more anticipated hip-hop album. You know, like the delays, the pushbacks. I think it's time to let the people know when they should expect that album, GFID.
You know, and I really feel like, you know, just me going back to, you know, even before I got on, you know, before I was even in this position, you know, I promised myself I'd never take it for granted, you know, and that's what I made sure I did with this project. This is my best body of work yet. God Forgives, I Don't. It's a very dark story. It's extremely lyrical. The music is next level. You know, I'm expecting nothing but the biggest results. You know, the collaborations, it's gonna surprise a few of you guys, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I feel, you know, that's what's needed. And I'm gonna deliver. Expect God Forgives, I Don't, July 31st in stores worldwide. Def Jam, salute. Yeah.
Thank you for your patience now.
It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. I'm really excited, and I think the people ready for it. Yeah.
July 31st.
You better believe it.
God Forgives, I Don't.
Music.
Yeah, Sam setting it off with that, right?
Yeah,
DJ Sam Sneak.
Yeah.
So you said the key is like, it's just, how would you compare it to the last? I mean, the last album with Teflon Don, I think it's in many people's minds a certified classic. Now it's just even more growth displayed on this record?
Yeah, most definitely. I think just the stories that's being told on this record is going to make it stand apart from all the other albums I've ever done. You know, I think by the time you get to track 2, you're going to understand this is a complete different body of work. You know, that's why I was so confident and able to put out a mixtape like Rich Forever. Because I knew, you know, what I was coming with on this album wasn't going to be just about hot beats and hot rhymes, but it was going to be something that was needed, something that was necessary. You know what I'm saying? And this was the missing part of my legacy, and this is going to put me over the top right here.
So it's all part of a big narrative, the whole album. Like it's sort of like the days when people would listen to albums. Like it's a full body of work.
Of course.
That stories connect and the songs connect.
Of course, and I'm extremely excited. You know what I'm saying? The verses, the tracks, the production, the ad-libs, you know what I'm saying? Everything's just in the right place.
You got new ad-libs?
Nah, you know, I'm sticking with that. I just know where to put them at, you know what I'm saying? But just the overall meaning, you know what I'm saying? The story that's being told, they're going to really appreciate the title, you know?
Yeah. When should we expect? There's a lot of rumors that a single might be dropping very soon.
Extremely soon. Extremely soon.
And none of the material that's came out is on the album. It's a complete new body of work.
None of the material that's been released is on the album. It's totally new. I felt that's what my fans needed, and that's what I wanted to do, you know?
Yeah. How have you been impacted? I mean, that's obviously like when you promise something and it takes a minute sometimes. Like, do you feel that there's a lot more, you know, pressure or just attention that you know, the expectations being raised so high? How are you dealing with that?
Honestly, I zone all of that out. And I just know I'm seeking perfection as an artist. When I critique my music, I'm in seek of perfection. So regardless of how long it take, I think everybody appreciate if it did take that much more time to deliver that product, that's going to be timeless and something that we can appreciate 15 years from now. And that's what this body of work going to be.
God forgives, I don't. July 31st.
July 31st, biggest album of the year, baby.
Cool. And you got another special announcement, man. I mean, the MMG brand continues to grow. You know, there's a lot of rumors about acquisitions and, you know, who may sign to the label. You know, the internet's been on fire ever since we announced this press conference. You know, I'm going to allow you to bring out a surprise guest.
Why not? Let's do
it. You want to make the announcement?
Let's get it. Let's bring out the newest member, MMG. Shout out to the big homie Omarion. Let's get it.
Can the room say what's up?
What's up? What's up, big homie?
Can the room say what's up? All right. First and foremost, I want to thank everybody for coming out, not for this, only for this special moment in my career, but for this special day in music. Mr. Rose, it's a pleasure. And to my comrades, it's a pleasure.
Salute.
This whole Maybach music thing that we got going is, today I become a made man. Yeah, my history is not a mystery. My name is Omarion, AKA Maybach O, AKA Luke Skywalker. Yeah, recognize
Maybach
that.
Music.
Perfect cue, right?
That's right, we gonna be shine on them.
This whole thing of ours, you know, a lot of people have been wondering, you know, what's up with Omarion? You know, is his career over? What's his next move? So understand, well, I've never been, you know, a fan of popular opinion, but understand when you see me from now on what it is. It's Maybach music. Yeah.
Maybach Music.
See you with the rolling. You see, you know he gonna turn up.
So, Rose.
Talk to me, big homie.
So tell me how the Omarion situation came about.
Really, I ran into the homie. We had a few conversations, and I flew him down to Miami, and he played me maybe a dozen records. And you know, I was amazed by the music that he put together, the music he was working on, the music he was writing. And, you know, we had a few conversations and we made a situation happen. And, you know, we got to shoot a video or two. And, you know, the homie is phenomenal. He's a phenomenal entertainer. His dancing is incredible. He's an actor. He's a writer. I just thought it would be a great move for both of us. You know, I've been looking at going to the area, the arena of, you know, of course, R&B records, and I felt he was the best artist to kick the doors open with, and I think his work ethic gonna speak for itself. His project gonna speak for itself. His visuals and, you know, his single.
Cool. I think we got a little something, right, Felicia?
Talk to
me. Okay, let's world premiere, right? What are we about to? You know, what we're about to listen to, Rose? Or about to see? Look.
Maybach Music.
What's up, man? Hey, man. I'm just happy to see my brothers here, man. You know, we all come from, you know, going through a lot, you know what I'm saying, to where we at right now. We done lost a lot, you know what I'm saying? We just, right here, we got a platform, you know what I'm saying, to put out good music and really put out good albums.
Yeah.
And, you know, you got the Selfmade, got my brother Meek Mill, Wale, you got Stally, you got Omarion. You know what I'm saying? You got everybody here that's somebody, you know what I'm saying? I'm just happy to be here, man. I ain't got too much to say, man. I'm just, you know, I'm just here. Saying Gucci Poochie, I see you, man. Shout out to everybody, you know what I'm saying, supporting the movement since day one. You know what I'm saying? You got the Selfmade album coming out. Got my brother Rick Ross album coming out. You know what I'm saying? You got my album coming out. Excuse my French. You know what I'm saying? Everybody album coming out. You know, it's a beautiful thing, man. See, you know, young, you know what I'm saying, people, you know, just getting money, being successful in life, just making it happen. Especially for Rose, you know, that's like my big brother. helping me out since I met him, you know what I'm saying? He just want to see people do good, you know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing to meet people like that, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to Puff, shout out to everybody, you know what I'm saying, that's here. We just here, man, you know, shout out to everybody, man, French Montana.
Hey.
Bad boy, you know, for life, man, we here. Love. July 17th, excuse my French, coming out, you know what I'm saying? Look out for the first single. Me, my brother, Rick Ross, Drake, Lil Wayne, you know, it's coming out. It's called Pop That with Uncle Luke, you know what I'm saying, with all the bad bitches in it. You know what I'm saying? Back of the pool, popping it, thongs on, everything. Y'all all welcome to come. You know what I'm saying? Come spend some money, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's all love, man. You know, we here. Joey, what's up, man? You all right? What's going on, Rose?
Maybach Music.
What you want me to do, man? I'm here.
Maybach Music.
Rose, talk about your guy Frenchie.
Man, you know that's one of my comrades, man, and you know we met a few years back, man, and you know we just stayed in touch, you know what I'm saying, and you know once the time was right, you know he propositioned me with executive producing the album along with Puff Daddy.
Yeah.
I told him it'd be a pleasure. You already my brother. Let's get it. So, you know, we just making magic, you know what I'm saying? Stay Scheming, one of the biggest records in the streets.
Woo.
And I had French at my house. I think I ate some lasagna or something. I went and took a nap. You know what I'm saying? I laid half of the chorus, and I ate a little lasagna, and I had to take a nap, you know what I'm saying? When I came back, you know what I'm saying, French had did the other half of the chorus, and you know, we painted that picture, man, and we actually just finished the record. Drizzy came through, you know what I'm saying?
You got the boy Drake on there, man, talking tough out there, man.
Yeah, you know Drake the homie, man. He a solid dude, you know what I'm saying? And you know, it was all family, so it all felt good. And to me, that's what the record's about. That's what the music about. You know what I'm saying? And you could hear the loyalty in the records. You know what I'm saying? I call these dudes every day, all day. I text them all day. We stay in touch all day. And I think that's what it's about. And it's going to continue to get great results, you know? Here we are, baby. It's going down.
No, Leo made a great point about how you keep it real tight-knit. Like, you're not just running around trying to sign everybody.
Right.
Now you got Wale, you got Meek, French is with the team, Omarion. All these rumors, you know, out there about future acquisitions. You know, names are coming up like Mace, Dom Kennedy, Nipsey Hussle. What's your comment on that? Like, what does the future hold? Should we expect to see any signings in MMG in the near future?
I mean, you know, this is my focus right here. This is what I'm focused on. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we're a dream team. You know what I mean? When it come to making records and making big records. So, you know, I just let the rumors circulate.
And the dollars too.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, man. So just before we go, let's make sure everybody run it down. The projects, the release dates, so everybody's clear. We'll start with French.
Excuse my French, July 17th. Coke Boys, MMG, Bad Boy, Love.
Meek Mill, Dreams and Nightmares, August 28th.
Selfmade Volume 2, 626. The second Maybach release, top, very, very, extremely, the most top of the year you can possibly fathom, almost this year.
The tippy top.
Maybe December.
Maybe fourth quarter money, man. Come on.
Maybach Music.
You know the homie Big O, he's gonna release an EP just for his fans, along with, you know, 4 or 5 visuals just for the streets. So expect that real soon. And my 5th studio album, God Forgives I Don't, July 31st. Huh.
Maybach
Thank you.
Music.
Want to thank everybody for coming, man. Ricky Rose, MMG.